Welcome back. Last time oh no, the sun is going the wrong way.
Don't you hate it when the sun goes the wrong way?
Last time, Nazis took over NASA.
Mm-hmm.
Hail Hydra. But one thing that I think is really interesting, and I wonder how much this impacted it, is Eisenhower did some very interesting things with NASA and with Sputnik. That I wonder how much was informed by the involvement and the so public involvement of Nazi scientists in the U.S. space program, where there's a key difference between NASA and the Russian space program. And part of that you can tell just by me having to say the Russian space program as opposed to an organized name, is NASA is very public.
Yeah.
It's genuinely astounding based on how much politically was kind of on the line.
Yeah. And you can even look at the name NASA and you can see sort of a way in which it's not necessarily what you would expect. It's national, it's the Space Association. It's not military. There were a lot of collaborations between NASA and the USAF, but they were not synonymous. They had separate funding. They had separate goals.
God, I wish I could see anything.
Yeah, no, it's real dark.
Wait, I'm kind of.
Now I can see that now. That's not what we want to see.
Let's go retrograde.
Yeah.
And let's sort of launch a little bit.
My.
Oh,
I don't think
that's
you're gonna
the
land
worst.
it.
That's
I
the
don't
worst.
think you're gonna land this. Oh no. Oh gosh. Kimlin, no. Ejectomy's just a boy.
Oh no! Fire!
You launched him into the fire of his rocket.
So, NASA would broadcast that.
Yeah.
In terms, you were talking about the naming convention. That's not actually what I thought you were going to say. I thought you were going to mention Apollo 1 is a failed mission. Apollo 1 did not succeed.
No, it did
In
not.
fact, it killed many people.
Yeah.
The crew capsule caught fire. It was...
Is that one?
Yep.
Okay.
It was an
Pure oxygen
pure
environment.
oxygen environment. Something sparked. The pictures of the capsule are truly horrifying. But it got a name and a number. It is the first Apollo mission. The Russian program, on the other hand, I'm going to revert to Spaceplane Hangar through the power of digital magic.
Yeah.
Save.
Yeah, no, no one died.
See, Kimlin's right here.
Yeah.
She's fine. It's all fine. Yeah. The Russian space program essentially didn't show broadcasts unless they had already recorded it. This is in part speculation, but I'll tell a story to somewhat back this up. But they also didn't name and number missions until after they were successful.
Yeah. Sputnik
Sputnik 1 launched the first satellite. Sputnik 2 launched Laika. We don't know if there was anything between those.
We don't know if there was... Well, I mean, we can assume there was a lot before Sputnik 1, but...
Yes.
They don't tell us about it.
So one thing I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to add some lights.
That's a good call.
It's got utility. Let's add some lights on this.
Maybe
Yeah.
Can you, put the sun on it? Would that
Just
work?
The entire sun.
The entire sun.
I'll do what I can.
Talk about a fuel source.
So my story in terms of backing up that my claim that the Russian program didn't really tell people things until after it had already happened was in part Sputnik 1 launched completely by surprise. But second, the first thing landed on the moon was Russian. It was, I believe they called it Luna 1. It was a little lander that lasted for about 8 hours.
Yeah. Battery power.
life. Yes, battery power, about 8 hours. Let me put some thermal shielding on the bottom of this.
Definitely a good call.
Maybe not as much as I need to put on here, but some. Oh, this radiator panel. Yeah, that looks cool. Here, let me move this up like it's a car. Let me move it over.
A magically unsupported car.
Move it over like it's a car. So, how the public at large learned about Luna 1 was the picture sent back from Luna 1 was sent back using the same broadcast frequency that the BBC used to exchange pictures sort of internally.
Yep.
This seems like a bit of a coincidence because the BBC started receiving an image and they said, "Hey, print that. What is this?" And then they realized what it was.
And informed NATO.
And published it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna see if I can add some monopropellant in here.
That's a good call. Yeah.
Just a little monopropellant. That's a little of a monopropellant tank.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a monopropellant tank. And I'm also gonna add a battery and maybe some solar panels. Just a normal battery. Just your normal everyday battery. Just your normal everyday solar panels.
Gigantic rocket, rocket plane, solar panels, and battery. It's what it's what you do.
That's what you do.
Now, I do think Kerbal Space Program 2 is going to involve like wiring everything and like designing your own pumps.
You can kind of reroute
really?
Where some things go. You can't quite see it here.
That's so extra.
Yeah, you can say like, oh, I want the fuel from this to go specifically to this engine, not this engine.
Okay, interesting.
I haven't fucked around with that yet.
I like these gull-shaped wings here.
I am a big fan of them.
Yeah.
I think they just look cool. It doesn't change the aerodynamics all too much.
Yeah.
Speaking of, in a plane, you also want it below the thing of the center of gravity, but because rockets are stacked tallways and planes are stacked sideways, I'm pleased with this. I'm going to add a few more radiator panels and then take it out for a spin a second time. But yeah, so the Brits published they published this image that was a swath of a panorama that the Russians presumably have or had the entirety of. I think currently. I think it is available. This is another image I will try to put in the description. You know what I'm gonna do for surezies? Put one below
where the people are.
The people place.
Yeah, that seems like a good idea. I think the Kerbal Knots would appreciate that.
Kerbal Knots, I like that. So another thing that NASA, the founding of NASA did that was really interesting was after Sputnik launched, there's a timeline in which the U.S. government says, "Oh, space that is directly above where our country is on the ground is our airspace, and consequently we have full rights to do whatever we want with that space, including shooting your dang satellite down." But we didn't.
No.
I say we as if any part of my family was in the U.S. during the 50s. They certainly were not. Oh, bouncy.
Oh, my gosh.
Interesting. Not bad, just interesting. Such a gross spinning noise. This made space free.
Yeah, it established an important precedent. Because, I mean, not to say that governments haven't done some gross stuff with space. Spy satellites are a thing, a very big thing.
And this is part of why they were doing that, is for the spy satellites.
Yes.
Oh, this is why it's using all the monopropellant.
Yeah. But, if you consider what could have been, I haven't been orbitally striked yet.
Yeah.
orbitally struck. I don't know. Stricken. I like that one. Yeah. Nothing has been launched at high velocity at me from space. No nuclear warheads, anything like that. Oh, yeah, that's another glaring oversight in our series. One of the reasons why rockets were really, really important to both of these powers, in addition to proving technological superiority, these powers both had nukes at this point. And
so while the V2 was not effective because it just had TNT as the payload, now we can have a much more tragically effective payload.
Disgustingly so, yes. The Russians before they I believe before they sent Sputnik out, developed the R7 family of rockets, which the R7 was basically just a Russian V2 but bigger and slightly improved upon, and that was the first ICBM, intercontinental ballistic missile. When launched from sort of the like home base at that time of Russian rocketry, which I think was like in or around the Caucasus Mountains or the Ural Mountains.
Yeah, I think it is in modern day Kazakhstan.
I think that's right. Yeah. They could drop it like just about anywhere in the United States, excluding Hawaii and like southern Texas. When launched at the right point, which is they didn't, and that's a good thing. But when you're trying to win a lot of support for your country and ideology by proving that it's the one that works best, being able to
threaten.
I was gonna say violently incinerate any part of your enemies.
Yeah, that'll do too.
Yeah, that's a big pull, I guess. But back to
Kilman in the corner here having a fantastic time.
Yeah, Kilman's killing it. Yeah, so space didn't turn into a war zone, and hasn't yet. Please. So yeah, we didn't shoot down Sputnik. They haven't shot.
As if we could have. We didn't claim
that's true.
Sputnik was trespassing.
Yeah. And that established the precedent. To the best of my knowledge, spy satellites haven't been shot down.
Yeah, Space Wars was it Star Wars? What is that laser thing from Reagan called?
I don't know.
Oh golly, I'm in the most treacherous spot. Not only that's am I on fire, but also the really controls are getting a touch wonky.
Kilman is just stone cold right now.
I'm at the edge of sort of air effectively entering into my air holes. What are they called?
Air breathing.
Air intake valves.
Yeah, air intake valves. Sure.
I can't click on it because it's on fire.
Oh, okay. I thought it exploded for a second there.
No,
you're just zoomed in.
I'm zoomed in.
Yeah.
No, that's the wrong direction. You want to aim this away.
Yeah.
Though I'm going incredibly fast.
Yeah.
This is my surface.
Yikes.
I almost said meters per second. My surface speed. It is meters per second. Oh, I'm currently using oxidizer is the problem. So my fuel's going real quick. And I'm not in space. I launched a different way this time. I just wanted to experiment with stuff. But I don't think I'm even going to reach the edge of space at this point.
No, I don't think so.
Say la vie, say la vie.
Turn around, Kilman.
No, we'll just use this as a landing opportunity. So we're going to keep going until we're by land.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, don't face down. Down's the wrong direction.
Down is not the right direction to be firing your rocket motors. Yeah. Space didn't turn into space war.
Yeah, so this is linking this to the involvement of Nazis in NASA isn't something that I had actually done until we were having this conversation. I think the dates line up really oddly for that. It's wild. I don't particularly like it that it lines up that way. Oh, am I close to orbit? Yo, I might be close to orbit.
Yeah.
I'm going to actually aero brake,
Yes, you are.
but I am.
Hey, you
in
are
orbit.
orbiting. Yeah, but yeah. Let's get into some of the complications about the questionable but unfortunately questionable implications of using Nazi rocket scientists in the Cold War.
Yeah, as well as I'm going to bring in a different idea that links it to something like Kerbal Space Program, and specifically what Kerbal Space Program is doing next time on Let's Play.